Don't make it music.
We are Wrexham FC. You will never find the kind was empty. There are many of us primed and ready. You feel the dream was and the pride is plenty. Our time is now. Breathe Wrexham FC. You will never find the kind was empty. There are many of us primed and ready. You feel the dream was and the pride is plenty. Our time is now. Hamilton couldn't break us, couldn't choke us. Fans came when the droves becoming owners. No club without its people. Now you know this, but it's time to deliver. Keep the focus. The emotions that come with promotion. The years we have suffered this a moment. Alley up the league, clearing our motives. Up the turf of the town, feel us in devotion. Where the shack is where the party is. Robin rhymes red like an army big. It's always sunny here with your balmy kids. Smiling running down the line like tsunamis hit. Might take a check, might pay a ref. All money spent on many dodgy men. Might die for the pen, might throw a long ball and tap it in again. Might buy the league, believe me, we're poised. Everybody poised, everybody hands up, everybody noise. No one believed in Parky and the boys. Now everybody knows us and everyone's annoyed. Poised, everybody hands up, everybody noise. No one believed in Parky and the boys. Now everybody knows us and everyone's annoyed. Noid, Wrexham FC. You will never find a Kairos empty. There are many of us primed and ready. You feel the dream was and the pride is plenty. Our time is now. Breathe Wrexham FC. You will never find the Kairos empty. There are many of us primed and ready. You feel the dream was and the pride is plenty. Our time is now. Wrexham FC. You will never find the Kairos empty. There are many of us primed and ready. You feel the dream was and the pride is plenty. Our time is now. Breathe Wrexham FC. You will never find the Kairos empty. There are many of us primed and ready. You feel the dream was and the pride is plenty. Our time is now. Breathe.
Our time is now. Calm down, breathe.
Well, I'm going to start with saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let's see if you guys see me, and you guys will have to let me know that you've picked me up. It looks like everything's going. I'm going to hit the pause button because I've got a framing issue while I'm sitting there chatting away. But that was Ever Rose. We are Wrexham FC, and I love the song, and so I decided to add that to the mix. And much thanks to Evra. She gave licensing rights, so going to include that a little bit more in a couple of different packages in a couple of different ways. If you did enjoy the song, her Spotify, her all of that stuff is down in the description below. And yeah, I've put a little graphic of her. She's from Wrexham. She's a poet, does spoken word, writes books, does a whole bunch of stuff. And she did tell me about a festival that she's helping to coordinate with a bunch of people over there, Igwilwalgok, which is the Red Wall. And I hope I pronounced that right. And yeah, that's going to be happening May 30th to June 2nd. And so keep details with that. Anyway, let's go. Let's get into this. It's Colchester. We'll reveal that and talk about that and all of the things that are going on with that festival later on. But right now, focusing on Colchester United, man, the U's, the small pitch, if you haven't heard, they had some, like Mansfield, had some pitch issues. And so they've actually shrunk down their pitch by a couple of yards on either end. It's not a tiny little amount. So we're going to be playing on a smaller pitch than normal, I guess, even for Colchester standards. And so that's happened. We've got the out-of-town scoreboard going to happen there. W and G joining the after 90 minutes. Last time it was absolutely amazing to be able to have him and see him there. And so to everybody, Mumblings is already in. Kim's already in. Brendan's here taking care of everybody. It looks awesome. Swirly glasses. So we're going to jump into this, and it seems like everything's okay, even though I thought I clicked the wrong button. And so I will take it. The lineups and all that sort of stuff, and then we can jump back into it. Man, is anybody having trouble sleeping? Is it just me? Because it's a legit thing. Like, I'm up in the middle of the night daydreaming about potential rosters and issues that we have to deal with and what's going to happen and all that sort of fun stuff. And so it's an entertaining little mess. But it's going to be a battle, and Alice already has it covered as far as my thoughts are concerned with what to expect there is they've got their backs up against the wall fighting against regulation. I mean, the upside is they do have so many games in hand that, God, you'd think they'd be able to get across the line. They should be able to get across the line. But that doesn't mean that they're not going to have to bust a hump and put in the effort today. That is for sure. How beautiful was that? And what's interesting is there's a Discord server, local pundit, we were talking about lineups, and I think that was actually selected as like the best lineup that we could possibly, and the expected lineup. So even though we say Parkinson finally doing something, I think people were like, this is kind of where we're at, is it kind of has to be done this way. So we shall see what happens. Going to just freeze the lineup and go through where we are with everything, just so everybody can follow along. Boyle ends up being removed from the lineup, replaced by O'Connor, who's going to slide back there. Tom getting the start on the left side of the center backs for the first time in, oh God, it feels like forever. What else do we have? Barnett over Bolton. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on that, on Barton over Bolton. For me, it really depends on who you've got. I like Bolton for his ability to get to the middle of the field. Against some defenses, I like Barnett because I think his cross quality is a little bit better than Bolton. To me, it's a coin flip. It depends on who you're lining up against and who your options are up front. And so I don't have an issue with this. Find Fletcher's head. That'd make for a beautiful day. So Barnett getting there. Evans drawing into the starting lineup, the man who I thought prior to his injury was lined up to be MVP. And so awesome that he's drawing back in here. And the other potential surprise, because I didn't think it would happen, even though I wanted it to happen, is Lee's out. Not that I wanted Lee out because he's a bad player. The dude needs to recharge his batteries, especially for the run. I know that we only have 5 games left. I was like, do you just power him through? But he's been at, since Boxing Day, 0.18 goals per game and like a 0.2 points per game, like an assist or a goal, which for attacking midfielder, for his ability, he's not doing what he's normally used to doing. And you could see he was exhausted. So just scale him back for a bit. And McLean isn't a significant downside, is on finishing, but not necessarily on the other features that happen up front. So we'll see what happens there. Other changes, Mendy obviously has to fill in for McLean. We don't have McFadden on the side as a consequence. Swirly says, likes Bolton, but doesn't seem to be a very intelligent footballer. I don't know. I thought he did relatively well defensively. I didn't hear anyone give comments from the last game because obviously he came out at the half as to whether that was deserved or undeserved. I was a bit surprised, to be entirely fair, that he ended up getting the move. But I take your point. And also age may be a factor in that. I don't know. I mean, I think, what is he, 24? I'd have to bring it up. Just to make sure. Fletcher gets a goal on Palmer. So the Palmer streak ended. All of those games, I think, was 13 in League Two before we ended up getting dropping or getting a loss while Palmer started. So Fletcher draws in. It's about it's the right decision, just not only with the Palmer changeup, but also with Fletcher's quality. Fletcher's had time to rest because Palmer's been leading the charge for the last couple of games, giving everybody the opportunity to get a rest. And so then we look at the lineup. Bolton there, obviously somebody's the replacement for Barnett. Jordan Davis drawing in over Youngme, maybe because of the Lee situation. That's where Davis would normally fit in. If McLean's not there to stir the drink, you've got the backup in Davis to be able to go and do it. Lee is still there if it's necessary. And I actually think we'll see him somewhere, and hopefully around the 65th minute, so he can get a run out. Marriott gets an appearance. I still think the guy has it. I think it's like Boyle, just some time to adjust, some time to get into it. But he'll be a fine player when he gets his opportunity. And Palmer slides in. I'm going to start my computer to get the lineup going because I was sleeping on that one and realizing that it's not set up and ready to go. While we end up talking Colchester. The undeserved Palmer streak talk. Hey, you got to give him some credit, don't you, Kim? I mean, I get that a lot of that's going to be coincidence and a little bit of luck, but if you accept the argument that he holds up the ball well and frames things best for Mullen and is able to interplay with him, then even though he's not doing anything on the score sheet, he's still doing relatively well as far as Wins, I mean, I get it. I get it. Some people look at the stats and say individually he's not there. Watch the performance and say individually compared to others, he's maybe not the best. I can accept that, but when the team is winning, you got to have a look at it. So, anyways, I've got to find the flop counter to get that up and remove. I'm going to pull Ever Rose, who you can find it on Spotify. I enjoy it. I know some people didn't agree, and maybe hip hop, R&B, isn't your word, isn't your thing. Art is for everybody, and people have different things. I think that's one of the best songs out there, and I'm all for promoting the tar out of her for it. Where the heck is the flop counter? There we go. Let's go ahead then and bring in the lineup for Colchester. What's interesting with Colchester is a couple things. I'm always excited to see Goodman. Goodman currently playing with the English U21. Is it 21, 20? Anyway, the youth team. Expected to be, he could also play for Nigeria. He could also play for Canada. And so with Ogonko getting attention in Nigeria, maybe taking over for Goodman, I don't know if, or I think Ogonko is a better keeper than Goodman. He's bigger. He's more mobile. He's a better shot stopper. Ogonko can play for the English U21 team as well. He's not. Goodman got the nod. We'll see whether that holds out and stays true. I would like Ogonko to usurp and pass Goodman as long as Goodman comes to Canada. I don't want him to go to Nigeria. I want him to come and play for us. And so I have a vested interest in this one that maybe people don't, is I would like to see us win 1-0 but absolutely bash like 90 shots on goal. Just so that I can see the guy and get an idea as to how he is. As for their leading scorer was Joe Taylor, and he was on loan from Luton Town, young guy. And he got pulled back out of the loan in January, and he's now on loan in Lincoln City. So that was 11 goals that got stripped away, and that their leading scorer. The next top guy on the list is McGeehan, who sits at 6 goals. They're trying to fill that gap with Akinde, number 24, and I'm going to probably pronounce this wrong. Ionvian. Anyway, he's not in the lineup. He's on the substitute bench. He's got 4 goals and 3 assists. He's a 27-year-old who's been there for most of the season, so I don't know if he's going to be the answer or not. But that kind of gives you an idea as to where they're at. Their lineup hasn't really changed that substantively. Their backs, their midfield, largely the same. So there's not a lot of magic here, and in their side, and I'll go through the stats with them in just a moment. I did. I just haven't been able to respond. I've got about like 8 messages that are sitting on my phone that I haven't been able to get to. And I'm going to have to at some point in time. We don't have to get 70 minutes out of Fletcher if Parkey changes his substitute strategy, and I think it depends on the game. Would you welcome a Mullen and Marriott front two? Because if you would, then why not have Fletcher out there for a half, or right at like the 60-minute mark, in comes the sub and Marriott gets a full 30-minute run. I mean, I would take that. I would take that. And then if you need to, and have Palmer come in to add some firepower up front, either because you're changing formation, going with 3 up front, you can do that. We'll see. I'm okay with this lineup. I really, really am okay. Did he get capped, though? I don't think he got capped. Did he get capped? Because even though you can commit, you can change once. I'm going to have to look that up. I don't know. I mean, I would love, if he got capped, that's amazing, because then that means that if Goodman doesn't stick with England and Ogonko is sitting there in Nigeria, he may be a guy who can come in. And there's a gap right now. We're going through in Canada a change with our keepers, and the best one we've got is a okay MLS keeper in Max Crepeau. Anyways, I'm talking about the wrong team when I'm talking about Canada, because that's not what we're focused on right now. I'm going to jump on the stats here just so that you guys can have a look at those and draw them up. And poof, there we go. Oh, and I didn't update them. So let me talk about nothing. That's weird. I swear to God, I've done this 2 shows in a row where I have gone on and updated and then logged back in, and these stats specifically weren't updated because I remember doing this last time and last night. But whatever, you'll just get to hear the mouse clicking away as we panic while trying to look reasonably calm because it's not loaded properly. Okay, let's try that. Again, there we go. Colchester, the lineup are the statistics are up. Interesting when you go through their lineup as they are at the bottom of the table in a lot of things, but they still managed to get a lot of max their X goals. And I guess that's because of their accurate crossing. It throws off my understanding as to what the X goals was supposed to be, but just follow along here as you go through. Their 9th overall in expected goals over the course of the season, and only 3 behind Wrexham. But you look at their shots on target, they do get a lot. They're 6th in the league, 4.82. Hey, Rui, and hello, David. Rui Somera. And Anastasia, I think we missed you last time. I don't recall if I saw you. But anyways, welcome. Goals per shots on target, you've got 29% for us, 26%, not a substantive separation. So they generate shots, they score on their shots. Shots on target against, they allow a lot more, 20th in the league. And so we're going to have our opportunities, one would think. Save percentage, close to the same as to a team, and Goodman's been there throughout. So a little bit of a step down, especially given the performance that Ogonko's come in partway through the season. Losses. Remember, Charles, and I'm going to assume that you're from North America. They do their draws in the middle. Is that right? Yes. And their losses at the end. And so, anyways, possession about equal as far as teams go. Accurate passes, they're bottom of the league. And so that lets me think that they're ball at foot. They're running with it, which is why I like O'Connor in the back over Boyle, is because it sounds like they're going to go that route and crosses. Not a lot of accuracy in their passes, 192 per match, 100 less than us. So it's ball at foot and people scrambling and running all over the place. So it sounds like it's going to be on the feet. And I say that because they don't have a lot of long balls. 20th. What you get is not good passing. You get a decent possession game, and you get some crosses. Means they're direct, they're going to the corners, they're running with ball at feet, and we'll see what ends up happening. Next statistic to bring up for everybody to look at. There's the run of form recently. Goals for, goals against. Despite their accuracy and the fact that they get a lot of shots, not a lot of goals for it. So we're 4th, they're 21st in scoring. Their goals against, they're not actually that bad, despite allowing a lot more shots, as Kim identified. But we are going to have to, plug the net. Goodman is good. That's not just my rose-colored glasses. I do think that he's a very capable goalkeeper and has proven himself. You don't get sniffing around the youth national teams of England unless you've got the ability to stop the ball, right? So interesting comparison, though, because Ogonko could be there and he's not. So that tells you something as to the quality. I think that based on the last performance I saw and what I've seen over the course of the season, I do think that Ogonko is the better guy, even though Goodman's got his Canadian passport, should he decide to use it. Goals for, goals against. This is where things get interesting. Definitely away form versus home form. Are we going to be Jekyll? Are we going to be Hyde? We've got goals for sitting there at 22 when we're away from home. 26 we allow when we're away from home. So not bad. I think our worst case scenario here should be a draw. God, if we lose this, there's no justification that I can come across for that, other than somebody just wanted it more, which it would be a sad statement to make at the end of the game. The question for them is they don't score a lot and they don't give up a lot. 28 and 23. So what are we looking at here? I think this thing's going to be a low scoring affair, but I hope I'm wrong. Kim, we're going to Vegas, 777. Hey, W&G, nice to see you. and I was saying to everybody before you joined in after 90 minutes, that was a lot of fun, and I really appreciate you being there. And as we get that off the ground and taking a crack at it and being there for everybody. Now, everybody's favorite discussion as we're 10 minutes away from kickoff is who's the referee and what's the story there. Tom Reeves, not the most experienced as far as his time in League Two. August 4th, 2021 is when he made his debut in League Two. And he's done, that's out of 68 referees that have appeared in League Two so far this year. That puts him 43rd. If you look up, we've had him twice this season. Most recently, the Swindon game, December 26, 2023, where we had that 1-0 game. What are the betting odds of a win for us? MK, Mansfield, and Stockport all lose? God, 2%. I can't see that on the horizon, but I want to be wrong. I like it when I'm wrong. Unless I think I'm right. Or it doesn't hurt us. But yeah, and Kim's just given the prediction there in the chat as we went through that. Yellow cards, 51st out of 68. No yellow. His red's a little bit around average. But when you're only talking about one over the season, that sort of skews things one way or the other. I'm certainly not handing them out. Not afraid to give out pens, but I think this could be a physical game. We will see how that transpires. Let's take that off. There we go. And I'm back. I've got to set this up here. A couple of things just to remind you next weekend. Oh man, I should have brought all this up in advance. And I'm going to bring this up over here. As far as things that we're going to be doing here in the next little bit, on the 16th, we've got, that's a Tuesday, we've got an opportunity to fill some additional matches. There's 3 matches going on that are relevant for us. And so I'm looking forward to inviting both Brendan and Josh, as it's currently lined up, but life circumstances change, and myself are going to do the Barrow game, the Mansfield game, and the Stockport on the game on the 16th. Wrexham's not playing that day. We've got the bye, and so we'll be scoreboard watching and fingers crossed and hoping while everybody's pulling in one of their games in hand. And then on the 20th, we start at 4:30 in the morning on the West Coast. Ouch. That'll be painful. But what it does do is it frees up the time in the afternoon. So we'll probably continue the watch along before the after 90 minutes and go through all of its stuff there. If you haven't been here before, a couple of things. First off, smash that like button down below. That's the easiest way to let the algorithm gods that we're here draw in some more people, have some fun, build the community, and do our thing. That's awesome. Number 2, what was number 2? Somebody tell me. It's too early in the morning and I'm forgetting what number 2 is, the number that follows number 1. Number 2 is this. No spoilers. I am going to be time delayed compared to everybody else. And so what I would appreciate and what they would appreciate is that you take the opportunity to let the game happen. Let me broadcast it. Let it get back through the internet all the way to your computer before you end up throwing in your comments, because there's a lot of people here who are hoping not to deal with spoilers and be able to see my reaction fresh, see the chat go wild. And so when you get one comment out there that throws it off, it throws it off. So anyways, I've got to try and find this, as we are now 7 minutes away, and I've missed out on all the glory that I'm hoping is Mr. Griffiths made his way to Essex. I didn't look into that earlier on to see if that's what was going to be the case. Man. Oh, W&G, you're allowed to watch. I don't want you to not watch, man. Unless you think there's some crazy superstition involving you. But even then, superstition should never take away eyes. What it means is you have to go wear sunglasses or something, or look through the pinhole on your hat. Do something. But W&G says, don't worry, I'm going to focus on the scores. And I appreciate that. All right. Oh, well, that's fair, Kim. I missed that one. I'm looking at this blue and white flag here, but I'm waiting for results. Oh, man. Does Wrexham affect you emotionally on Friday nights and Saturday mornings? Like I physically can't sleep, right? I'm going through all of the permutations as to what happens to magic numbers and what happens. The other game that is interesting in W&G, if you're following along, the Walsall game is interesting because of the teams outside of the playoff spots, Walsall has the most maximum points that they can obtain over the season. So they're who we're watching as far as an opportunity to clinch at least a playoff spot. If we get a win today and Walsall loses today, then we secure a playoff spot. Pretty cool. Not what we want, obviously, but we're definitely in there. Yeah, DeAndre, isn't it weird? I mean, I'm not religious, but I respect all those who pray to who they feel in their hearts is appropriate to pray to. But it does it. It infects us. Yeah, so I didn't put it up here because this is more important. We're going for the Auto Pro, and it's not rolling over. Every time it rolls, it reloads the score, and so it just looks ugly. But W&G, if you could keep an eye on that one, that would be amazing. Matthew, good morning. It's a pleasure as everything's loading up here, and I hope I've got the FOP mob all running and everything's set up and we're ready to roll. That's just about Colchester. Did you guys see the Notts County to completely change subject? The tweet that they had about their statement of looking at their score, and because of basically what they were inferring is because their expected goals per game is so high that they told their supporters not to expect a lot of changes over the season, that they think that I just thought it was such an odd thing, even if I didn't believe it. Yes, which is why it's not the goal, but it is nice to know that it is possible at the end of the day, we know with certainty we can't fall out. Yeah, so DeAndre's following the same stuff that I am, because if you haven't, go to Twitter and search, not now, but after the game, and have a look at that. It's just odd. And I'm going to close some things down here. Where am I? Just 1 second. Their bad defense just caught up to them. Yes, Tobias, this is exactly me. I need a win for my own mind. Get some separation, put things out. Plus, even though we're looking over our shoulder, I don't think we can catch Stockport. The run we would have to go on to make up the game in hand and the 4 points and the run of form as they're making their way out here. We're in our reds today, and they are in their blues and whites. I think that's proof that it's nominated by media and it's about character and name and not about substance, right? I don't think that was a decision by those who were doing the nominations. I put the poll out on Twitter and on YouTube for a reason as to where did you have Lee in our own MVP, and he wouldn't win the straight up MVP vote according to those polls. He would sit, most people say, somewhere in the top third. Is the mascot's a little baby. Somebody from Colchester's got a wee one. Like, and when I say wee, like that's 5 months, 6 months. Not bobbleheading, but certainly not moving around. Super cute. I don't know Josh Sargent at Norwich, to be fair. Yeah, I have Lee in the top 5. I know Andrew's got Lee number 1. John has Lee number 1. I'm getting all my discussions offline mixed up. Why is this bogged down? I'm just closing things off, so I may end up. I ended up having a couple things open, and they shouldn't be. Wrexham fans are all over this in the stands. If you get points based on your fans firing it up, Wrexham is taking them for sure. It's a fascinating discussion, Swirly, and we can get into it probably, from now till the end of the season. A lot of people say Evans, because of injury, shouldn't be on the list. McCleworth only had 18 games, 19 games. McLean had too many red cards to be considered. O'Connor, because of his injury. Fletcher, not enough minutes. And I get all those arguments, but I think some of them you have to look past them. Lee, without him at the start, we're not where we're at. True. But if you're going to consider that, has Mullen passed him then? I don't know. The MVP thing. One thing is for certain, who wins best young player? And he didn't get nominated for the EFL decision, and that was a mistake. But going back to Brendan's question, Cleworth has to be on the list for best. But we're getting things lined up here. I've got to get the stuff started up. That like button down below is really, really, really good. I like it. I hope you like it too. Bump that. But tell me, who have you seen as a young player in the league that's been better than young Max? I ain't got nobody. For those of you who are not watching, we've got the used of Colchester going from the left to the right. Whoa. Misclicked. And Wrexham going from right to left. Interesting that the center dot has been moved because they've shrunk their pitch given the problems. Colchester starting in a dangerous area right off the top down the left-hand side, and it ends up getting cleared. Shoulder charge. Fletcher's in there. Player's already down on that shoulder charge, and they're going to blow it down early. Brendan, do you have that flop counter going today? Because if you flop early, because if you don't, I'll have to get that one fired up because that's certainly qualified. He's fine. Fletcher's got the cheeky little grin coming up. Still can't log in. Interesting. I actually had an issue with it yesterday, but then I went to a different browser and it worked. And so we'll see if that ends up going. It looks like it's trying to load up today. So I will get there, and Brendan's just going to shout flop from the rafters every time it happens. And I'll try to bump accordingly. There we go. That's interesting that they got the drop because the player went down. Did they have it on the possession, or did we? I want to go back in time. So there is a benefit to flopping. A little bit slow there. I mean, we're going to end up getting the throw because it was swiped over, but Barney a little bit slow in deciding what he wanted to do with it, allowed for the challenge on the ball, and it ends up going out. Hats on early. Sharky's firing it up. Throw all the way down the pitch, across the midfield stripe, battle in the middle for it. It looks like Colchester's going to get it. We were screaming for a call, but nothing there, and it's left behind, and Evans just coming back, and this is what I miss, cleaning up things. Evans, another early ball down the left-hand side. Mendy runs on it. He's got nobody with him, but he takes on his man. He's pushing around. He is around his man, right along the goal line, into the box, crossed and drilled off the head of the defender, and we're going to take a corner. Mendy just with the giddy-up. Whatever he ate today, it was working because he was flying down that left side, and with the ball just continue around his man, danced him. TOC with an outswinger, left-footed, crossed in, dangerous ball, but headed away. It's still up in the air. Cannon tries to put it back in the box, and Fletcher can't win the battle in the air. Barney, though, able to collect. Cannon, Barney, pushed forward, but Barney stopped the run. Cannon thought he was going to continue the run, and it doesn't go forward. Good question. The one thing I want to check with the rules is I think it excludes loan players. Somebody would have to let me know about that. Why do I feel that's right? I'd have to look that up. It's an interesting debate. If you were giving away young player of the season, should loan players be included in that, or should it include those that have signed up? Brendan with the shout. Colchester with it. Akinde ends up getting it on the left-hand side. Akinde has it again. He's just spinning. He's looking like, oof, that's going to be a... I don't think there's a card in that, but Cannon getting close to it. Free kick, that's probably 35 yards out, so not a real direct threat. Been impressed with Akinde early, just walling himself, protecting the ball, waiting for support, and being able to find people. That's 2 trips down the pitch that they've been able to do that. So not even setting anybody up in the wall. Yeah, Mullen is going to stand there in front of him. Get a goal early. Relieve the heart pressure. Left footer. That was a dangerous ball and was headed up and it was knocked down. Near post always makes us nervous with Ogonkwo. There's that near post, if there has been a weakness, is starting to develop as it. Mullen tries to get Mingy, can't get it. It's headed away, but given away. Right in the middle of the field, drawn back by Colchester to their center backs. That's Akinde again. And Smith in the middle of the pitch. Giveaway, not a lot of support for Fletcher, but he steals it, just given to him by Goodman on a bad pass up the middle of the pitch. Fortunately for Goodman, he had 4 center backs that were back. Interesting for Fletcher. Straight line to the ball, got stepped into in the hip. That was Reed, which, why is it R-E-A-D and it's pronounced Reed? Crawley up 1-0. 1-0 on Mansfield. Let's go. Thank you, W&G, for that score update. You can now stop updating that one, but keep going with the Stockport one as they go up 1-0 on Sutton. I have let the sun set on my championship aspirations. They can come to our stadium. We'll give them the trophy. I don't care. Just get us into the top 3. Long throw down the field. Scrambly play still in the middle as it ends up on the foot of... It's not Smith. Sorry, that's Mingy. Dallison, long kick. Header, just scrambly play. But when you look at the stats of Colchester, now I'm sort of getting it, is they're just, we get it, we push it down the field. We give it away, we push it down the field. There's not a lot of accuracy, a lot of turnovers. We just haven't been able to maintain possession when we've been able to get them. Long ball from the back, headed down, not there, and Max just collects. Settle it down, Max. No, we're going to... Oh, let's go by everybody. Mullen's right there. Is he able to get to it? Goodman just comes in and nicks that ball. Mullen was right there, corner of the box. Right now, we're just in a hoofball competition, back and forth. And right now, Colchester has the ball in the midfield. That hoofball, though, missed 2 Colchester players, landed close to Mullen. He was chasing it down in the 18-yard box, and Goodman was able to come out, slide, and collect it. Tattoo, I'm okay with greed when our greed is aligned. Here it is. Yeah, we would have to go on a mad run. They'd have to end up struggling. And I just hope we don't go into the Stockport game having to get a win or a draw and to clinch something. Like, let's take care of this early. There's another giveaway. That one over to McLean, who ended up earning that one. Left-hand side, he's running. Mendy's coming up in support. He scoops it back and finds George Evans. This I like. Settle it down, find some support, build it up. Build it up. Barnett. Clueworth now, midfield stripe, still looking. Oh, I thought he was going to line up a hoofball, and I was going to say, Max, slow down, settle down. Barney's decided to switch, gets it back to EOC, and Colchester chasing around. I'm okay with this. Keep searching, and Barnett goes with a long kick over top. Is it going to land? It does land right in the corner for Mullen. He keeps it in and earns a corner. Paul Mullen. I didn't think that ball was going to die, but you've got a bad pitch or a heavy pitch, and that ball just slowed right the hell down. They're not showing that one on the replay. They're showing Goodman going out to collect, but the ball just died right near the goal line and stopped. It was the right call, Kim. It was the right call. Takes cojones to call it too, because that was an obvious foul, like the most obvious foul ever. If the shot would have gone in, people would have been upset the other way. Come on, Wrexham. Left-footed in swinger, flat, direct. That was a firm one that was headed away. Cannon goes to try and get it. Why didn't you continue, Cannon? Like he was expected that he fouled, he raised his hand up to kind of like say, I didn't do anything. And as a consequence, the Colchester player kept running forward and just continued with the ball. Nothing less than a win, Des. I absolutely agree. Patrick O'Shaughnessy from Tacoma, the former home of the Tacoma Rockets. Cannons earned it. A lot of passing giveaways like that, and that's or giveaways in there. We just huff it down into the corner, and we're decided, hey, if you want to give the ball away, we can give the ball away too. And the passing stats I'm looking at 60, and we're statistically 68% to 50% for passes right now. Ick. Yeah, but you have to call the obvious. Like that was a tomahawk chop in the back of the legs on a breakaway. That was a stick your blade into the skates and rip the legs out right from under him. Colchester ends up coming forward, 18-yard box, right-footed cross, and through the air, up over top. I'll take that as a prediction. If anybody else has that, get that out there. I don't want that to happen. The thing about Sutton is their game, if they fall down, the game's over. Sutton can play a defensive game, remember, but they have all those big, huge center backs that just sit in the back and create a wall. Basically, it's almost like 6 at the back. They're whistling Okonkwo to try to suggest he's time wasting in a 0-0 game. Interesting. Oh, long diagonal all the way over. Fletcher's right there, knocks it down 2 touches, and he goes out for a corner, and we're going to get it. And Goodman's looking at his defender, and Fletcher, did he just give him a thumbs up? Did Fletcher give the thumbs up? Oh, as the kids are waking. Did Fletcher just give the player who cleared it away to give the corner the thumbs up, or did he give it back for the pass? Because there was a mistake there. That was by Mingy, I believe. No, that was all back. That's too bad. Yeah, Hughes on, and he's here. We usually have, I mean, Andrews through there enough that does he qualify as a Wrexhamite? Probably not. The whistle was going to start, and then the whistle to stop, and the referee's going to go in, and he's going to talk to Mullen and somebody is there having a whine and a cry. Mullen's just saying, I'm standing here, man. I'm allowed to stand here. So short corner anyway, despite all the fight in the middle, comes out and it's Cannon there. And it's playing to your opponent's form rather than playing your own game. I don't like the short corners, but that's fine, especially when it's TOC and not Lee. We're scrambling and doing hoofball stuff instead of building up through the middle. And while taking that shot, I'm okay with it. Just the same sort of moonshot in a rush. 2. So we were saying rough game, and so far it's fit the case, hasn't it, Kim? That kick goes long and all the way out. It's interesting to me seeing that white tarp along the side. Obviously, the pitch problems that are in Colchester, they've got their tarp set right stuffed up over in the corner. I'm surprised they haven't removed it. But it reminds me of watching Canadian soccer matches and just that snow. And so I keep wondering, I keep thinking, no, they've still got snow there in April. The intuition is wrong. I'll still take it, Chris. I will still take that. We're sitting at only 1 shot to the bad guys. That's all we've got going through in this one so far. 1 shot, 66% possession for Colchester, passing 71% them, 52% us. We've had 2 corners, absolutely nothing showing up statistically as Mullen just runs past Mingy all the way to the 18-yard area. He's going to drop it there. That's Anderson. Anderson gets it back over to Mingy, looking for a cross. Mendy comes out to stand there. It's just one-on-one, and Mingy dances Mendy, and that's a penalty. Doesn't give it. Mendy should have got. Sorry. That was a penalty. If I was a Wrexham player, as the youngest one shows up, just 1 second here. Yeah, he's all over his legs through there. So that's stopping a scoring opportunity. As I've got children in my 1 second. Building marble mazes today are the laddos. And I owe my wife some drinks or something. Flop. I got it. I didn't see it. And sorry. Over the top. Is that onside? I don't know if it is. It's got his ball in there. They're going to blow it down, and he overran it. The flag didn't go up, and he missed the net. Mole's looking for 100, and that was not very nice. That looked horrible. Oh, it was on. Sorry, started in his own half, so it couldn't have been offside. I missed that on the on the first view, so that's on me. Got it into the box, but he overran the ball. That heavy pitch is just crushing things. Maybe we accept that. Hey, Patrick, thanks for that. What up, bud? It's scrambly, heavy pitch. Mullen should have, I think, still been able to maintain the ball, but he left it on the floor, ran over top of it, and oh, that's a flop. Oh, he played advantage. That's good. That's am I up to 4 flops? Just what is that? Am I up to 5 flops? That was just flop after flop after flop, wasn't it? I think that was the one that was given by Brendan. And then you had Akinde do the flop. Then you had whoever was beside him to have a flop. And then you had the guy who got the foul got the flop. Shots, there are shots now. 2-1. So I can update those. It's it's not been a pretty game so far, as this is going to be a 35-yard, 40-yard out left-footed in-swinger into the box from a free kick. And it comes loose. Mendy goes and clears it. It's pounded into the box, but it's blocked by Mullen. Colchester ends up getting. I definitely think that there's a possibility that happens. And Ogonko, that's got to be a penalty. Or not a penalty, a foul. That's encroachment. Ogonko was there jumping up to collect the ball, and he gets taken out into the chest. The ball comes loose, and there's an empty net, and it just goes up over the open goal, which is the football god saying no. But we collect it, and that's Akinde right there. Okonkwo goes down. Physio's going to come on. Scrappy game. I mean, this is a team that's desperate, so they're trying to do everything. I don't know how he missed that goal. That's just sad and nightmarish. And I don't know if the referee blew that down in any event. Mendy's down with the physio. I'm curious. Thanks, Sharon. Except for the fact I muted and had to try to wake up Nat, and by the scream might have been a little bit loud. I think it was. Yeah, so there's the discussion, right, Brendan? Is that a failure of Ogonko to secure or to catch the damn ball again, or was that Akinde coming through and clearing him out such that he's forgiven and there should be a foul for it? I think that one was close. I could see an argument either way. A question for people who are watching on iFollow: is your audio going really scrambly? I've got a great video feed. I've got no suggestion that I've got a problem on my end, but I'm getting every once in a while from Mr. Griffiths. So this is an extended break for Mendy. Which makes the question, who comes in on the left side if he's not able to go? Is Bolton going to move over there? Which I saw training videos of Bolton smashing the ball with his off foot on that side. Same here, same here. Okay. Maybe I should just do the game like this, and we can try to enjoy a wonderful Saturday. I've too early in the morning. What am I doing? What am I doing? Mendy's up. He's definitely hobbling, and I think, is he going straight off? He is going straight off. So that's concerning. Left leg based on the hop. So is it Lee coming in? Is it Bolton coming in? Oh, he's just come off to the sideline. Looks like he's going to try and return. Yeah, I thought it was my internet connection until I went ahead and tested it. Ogonkwo gets us underway. That'll add to the extra minutes. And there is our one out of bounds kick by Ogonkwo every game as he fires it up by kicking it right out of bounds. Lee would come on, James to left wing back. All right. I can't do that. I'd end up getting too angry, Mike. But if you hear anything interesting, let us know what the out of town's broadcast is saying about the game. Oh, I got stepped on by Evans right on the back of the boot, and so there's going to be a free kick going this way. That was Anderson. No, sorry, Smith. I thought he was going straight off to sub out, though. We just watching the guys that were in the background running back and forth, so I got thrown off. Congratulations, you got a break. He has missed a total of 27 minutes. He came off in one game for like the last 3, and then there was another spell. Dangerous, slid into the box by Colchester, nudged out. It's going to go for the goalkeeper. When they come at us, there's still a lot of pace. It's not the prettiest football, but it's basically like, I've used this analogy before, but it really is porcupines in a bowling alley, just trying to run and pop the defenders, get past them in any way possible, and keep the ball with them. It's not the prettiest, but it certainly is direct. It's kind of like what we would end up saying in ice hockey: just go to the net, go hard to the net. So Sharky's good. Everybody's got to move to London, Ontario. I don't think it's our connection. I think it's. And I don't think it's my audio. I think it's Mr. Griffiths. So, well done by the two, McLean and TOC, to maintain control. And TOC found a gap, hit it up there, and Fletcher ends up getting a hit. Thought it was a back pass. I'd like to look at that again and see if. I'd like to look at the rules of that, because that was scooped up so high in the air that you can consider it not being a back pass, but I don't actually know the rules on that. And then wiped out there. Ogonkwo just got taken out. 14, who's down there. Hopper's now down. Ogonkwo looks fine. Just a little bit of a rub on the left leg. No foul? So this was a Kinde with a right-footed entry. Ogonkwo goes out to collect it. Oof. That was a crash. Like, that had all the designs to be something absolutely nasty. Like, that was with pace. I don't know. The player's looking over his right-hand shoulder. He's not looking at all, and Ogonkwo jumps in the air, and this guy's not coming back. That's a head injury, and he's gonna have a concussion. There's no way. Ogonkwo, that was a football hit. That was, like, when I say football, I mean like gridiron football tackle. No, is it just straight referee and turf? Interesting. Yeah, it's frustrating, isn't it? We're going to have some extended time. This guy's going to have to get his win before he comes out. Like, he took that in the head and he got cleared them out. Hopper, like, I don't get that. The whole time he was running full tilt and looking this way. And Ogonkwo went up to go and get the ball, and he wouldn't have seen that coming. Dance Nation, Scotland in the house. We won't say the magic word, but I'm glad you've got the stream going. The stream's not working. So now you're stuck with us. Glad to have you here. I'll try and get you through it. So it's Hopper that's out, not Akinde. Akinde was the one who was running up and put forward the ball. And so it was a high ball towering forward from that Hopper was chasing after. And Ogonkwo ends up playing it forward, and away we go. Cleworth has it right-hand side, moving up to the midfield stripe. Gets it up over to Barney, who's got it. He's got Evans. He's got Cleworth. Goes to Evans. Not a nice pass back to Cleworth, but I'm liking the fact we're in the middle of the pitch and trying to do something rather than just looking for the thump. TOC, he and Max a little bit too more interested in the long ball, but he gets one up to Mendy. We'll see how Mendy's he just got nicked. Mendy just couldn't decide what he wanted to do, and there we go. Brilliant. That was EOC running up in the midfield and nicks it back. So now we've got Cannon, right-hand side. Barney. Cannon overran him, didn't get the ball back. Barnett turns back to him, and he'll leave it there. Max has it. Cannon frees up. Triangle set up. Cannon, Cleworth. And here's scoop from Cleworth up over to Cannon. Cross coming, and it blocks out. It's going to go for a corner. We will take it. 3 shots. Shots are now 4-2 for the bad guys. We're going to have a corner over on the right-hand side. It's going to be a left-footed in-swinger, I believe. Alex T, we're great. We're awesome. Better now that you are here. Thanks for showing up. Good news. It's good news for us as far as securing things. Also good news for us, if you haven't noticed above my locks, Crawley up 2-0 away to Mansfield. Let's do the damn job. Left footer. Here it is up in the air. Oh, it's a high ball. Dangerous. Far post. Drawn back in. It's open. It's there. Somebody find the ball, and they can't. Oh, now the whistle blows. Where would that foul? Mullen getting pulled. It goes over to the far post. It's so far he can't really get to it. So all he does is just scoop it back off the line towards the mob. And it hits Goodman, shoots out to the middle of the pitch, and it's there for somebody. Anybody. Grab it. I'm looking for the EOC foul. Oh, that was a soft foul. I can't even call it a flop, though, because it wasn't even that the Colchester had flop or a Colchester player flopped. It was just the foul was giveaway. Barnett giveaway. Here they come, 18-yard box, moving forward. EOC tries to pull it up. Red jersey screaming back, cross into the aerial. Gonko comes and collects. Turn it quickly, man. Go. Nope, he's going to hold it. This is interesting in W&G with the score. Donnie up 2-0 on Morecambe. What's fascinating about that one is Donnie is on a magic number of 1. They need a lot of help, but with a bunch of wins and stuff. Two big interruptions. Yeah, and I get it. I got to run the ads to try and generate a little bit of money so that we can end up doing some things. It's not for me. It's for the mob. You should be able to skip them after the 5 seconds, I'm hoping. And I did. Some people were complaining that they had like 6 ads and a half. Some people were complaining that they only had, or saying they only had 1. So I've gone with the same settings. So I'm hoping that that's good. If not, I'll scale it back. I just want to be able to run a little bit just to get a little bit so that we can start to upgrade things and do things and have some fun and do some giveaways and all that sort of stuff. So if it's the unfortunate aspect of trying to do this. Alex is filling up on the coffee. Feel free to let me know your comments. Send me a message on Twitter, follow me, and I'll follow back, or on Instagram or whatever. And let me know your thoughts on that. I do want to have a members meeting at some point at the end of the season to come up with strategy as to what to do, giveaways, ideas, videos, all that sort of stuff. George Evans, midfield, after the throw-in, and that was skipped forward. That's got to be offside. He's not offside, but he ran out his... I don't know what he was doing there, to be fair. It was almost like he gave up and expected the offside. He got to the goal line and just kind of passed it to the keeper. I think the thing is, too, in North America, we're used to having spots where we can do them, right? But I can't do the 2 since 10:15. Okay. Colchester with it, their own half, throw in coming. Mendy still doesn't look 100%, does he? He's got a little bit of the wobbles as he's walking with that left leg. I'm getting frustrated, and I'm getting frustrated because we nicked the ball on the throw. We're getting possession given to us and gifted to us frequently enough that we should be able to take advantage. And the immediate response is just thump it. Like, I get that there's opportunities to go on the attack, but either run the damn ball at your feet, pass it, or you better hope if there's a long ball that you're doing on a counterattack that it lands. Just giving the ball back is a complete waste. So there's a foul over there. Reed just got took out by Evans. I don't think that was a flop. I think that was a legitimate collision and a legitimate foul on Evans. And they're both, he was late. But they're hurt. Evans looks like he's really struggling. Oh, he does get a yellow card. So that's 28th minute. Well, Jake, say that they'll stop then. Would you? When we've had the time to build up, and when I say like Ogonkwo passes it forward or we've looked better, but I mean, we're sitting at 3 shots here, nothing on target and nothing really super close, and we're getting, I don't know, enough giveaways as Colchester has it left-hand side. 18 just inside corner on the left-hand side, trying for the cross, and they will earn a second corner. 60% possession for them, 0.45 on the expected goals. They're out shooting us 4-3. They have 92 passes, 75% accuracy. We have 53 passes, and we're getting close to, like, time is winding down here. And this is what the problem is we're not even really trying to make passes. I'm going to start swearing here just because it's frustrating, because Akinde headed it over the net. I didn't even want to watch that one. So near post corner and in swinger, Akinde goes up for the header and it goes up over top. A dangerous play to be fair. Near post, well done. That was well done by Akinde to get there. He beat the defenders and worked his way up there. He's been a handful. Akinde has been. And here we go. TOC from the back, looking to build it up. Patience. Just a little patience. Yashin, how are you? Iran is in the house. Fletcher has it, skips up, and it stays in. They say it didn't go out. I think that was kept in. I think that was the right call, even though it looked like it was going to go out. Colchester just working hard, running back for that extra possession. Stockport goes up 2-0. Oh, we're doing the same 5-3-2 as we always do. You can call it a 3-5-2 if you wish. The wing backs on the left and the right. Oh, I don't know. Long ball up over top. Maybe the pitch is, and to be fair, I'm not there running on it, but it could be that the pitch is just in such poor quality that getting those passes through the middle of the pitch just isn't there. So you've got to look for it. But I don't see it on TV. People that are watching it as well, you can have a look at it. But as they're running with the ball, it doesn't. It's like there's the perfect pass by O'Connor. Oh no, Mandy's done. Hamstring's gone. Forget about it. Yeah, he's done. The one good pass, good through ball that we end up getting, Mullen is playing. The one good pass that we've seen the entire first half comes at the 32nd minute. It's from Tom O'Connor down the line up the left-hand side. Mendy turns to go and chase after it, and he pulls his hammy. That's got to be season over. Farfanugan. The first good ball, and there it is, and he turns and he gets a little stumble wobble, and there goes the hammy. Yeah, he's done. You know, 5 games left in a month. I don't think you're coming back from the hammy in a month. Oh no, how did that get? Can I reinstate Sandy's message? The bot got you, Sandy. So Elliott gets his 33-minute break, and here he comes, and we'll see if I assume he's going to go mid. When McLean over on the other side, and yeah, Mendy's holding the shirt to his face. He knows something's up. Bugger. And off the one good pass. Pretty sad. That tells you the state of the game. 33 minutes in, and we've had one good pass. And what happened is the player gets one of our guys gets injured. Battle in the midfield. Lee over there. Mullen has to pull his foot back so he doesn't smash somebody in the foot trying to get there. Referee's in the way. Cannon's not able to get to it, and as a consequence, Colchester ends up getting it. Referee doesn't blow it down. That was a straight up interference from the referee, stopping Cannon from getting there. Had to dance around him, and we gave up possession. Still with possession, Colchester over on the left-hand side, next to the 18-yard box. Cross over, dangerous. McLean able to get it, but he just puts it straight up, and it's over. Here comes a thump over top. Woo! Smith throwing that all the way up over top. I do not like it. 61% possession, 39 for us, 0.65 expected goals, 0.22 for us. 5 shots they have, 3 for us. They have 3 big chances, nothing connected. As Swindon goes up on Barrow, that's helpful. Can we get it in order? I like how I can censor myself. Can we get it in order? Yeah, I don't care. Andrew, I'm not even going to consider it. I think we're okay. Maybe you are misbehaving. I wonder can I time you out just for send you over to the chasing after Fletcher, and then a foul, and then almost a collision with McLean over on the left-hand side. Flop. Where's my phone? Flop. Kim, we've had 1 shot on target in the last, not including extra time, 205 minutes. So added time was 4 and 8, or 4 and 7 last time. 1 shot on goal in 215 minutes, 218 minutes, something like that. That's not good. And that's 1 shot on target was right at the very freaking end of the game last time. Like, we look like dog it. And I'm trying not to allow the panic buttons to go off. Oh, O'Connor just got landed on awkwardly by Akinde, who's not a small man. Lee's pulling O'Connor up. And I imagine that's just massive body on your hip. Yeah, the question can be asked, but the interesting thing is Sutton draws 1 in on Stockport. I don't even want to talk. I don't even want to look at this game because it's just fuck. O'Connor gives it, bad hit by McLean. It goes forward, and we're fortunate that Colchester's garbage too. Like, this is without a question, without a doubt, the worst form I've seen 2 teams play, and that's including the National League. They're just, nobody can pass. It's hoofball all through. I think the pitch is a significant component to this, is the ball's just dying and all over the place. But it's just, well, we're struggling for exactly that reason, Tom, is because they're hungry. And to be fair, they're not 20th in the league. They're 23rd on points. But they're in a battle here, right? To not get relegated. So they want to get into it. Ball bounces, goes, like, that's another perfect representation. The ball comes forward and bounces on the ground and up over the head of Mullen, hits the ground and comes over Fletcher. And so maybe that's evidence that the pitch isn't as bad as we thought, at least in the middle of the field. Long diagonal ball and a giveaway by Colchester. Barnett able to try and go get it. Shoulder charge. And it's going to be a throw for Colchester. I don't think that was a foul. I think that was a shoulder charge, and Barney tried to do a flop. I'd actually give Barney the flop on that because he ran straight for him to try and eke out a call, knowing that he wasn't going to be able to stop the ball. So Anderson with it, 35 yards, right in the middle of the pitch over to Reed. Dangerous opportunity for Colchester. There's a shot, and Ogonko has to go far over to the left. And that was actually a difficult save because of how low it was. Give it to Ogonko, makes the save there. Whew. Do not like this game. I will say Fletcher's been maybe the one guy who's been doing something up front. Push in the back, but not given. Physicality, the referee letting it go, which makes this game more interesting because they're both playing like garbage, and they're also allowed to clatter into each other all over the pitch. So this isn't pretty football. This is old school smash and grab, and what we need to do is smash and grab 3 points and get out of here. 6 shots to 3. Still massive possession for Colchester as it's Mingy over in the left draws it back to this partner in the center backs, Dallison over to the left-hand side to Hall. The captain moves it forward. Akinde comes back to help. It's still battling around in the midfield. Reed with it. Moving things around. And then what was that? Smith with a weird sort of left footer, but it didn't matter. It was going back to his own player, just made him chase it further down. And then finally there's the long ball and the big shouts for offsides, not given, and it's Hopper over to the left, sorry. 18-yard box, Colchester moving forward. Cannon has to step off so he doesn't foul. Smith over to the left-hand side. Colchester with the late threat and it's dangerous. 18-yard box shot is coming, blocked. Lee gets it out. Move this thing forward and counterattack. Fletcher with it. Numbers coming up. Nobody coming up in support. Where is everybody? Move forward. Willie says, I've got it. I've got legs. I've got energy. I've been recharged. Gets it to McLean. Left-hand side into the penalty area. McLean across. It's right there. And Mullen sliding to try and get that. Makes contact and it goes 2 feet over. Still not a shot on target, but we'll take a shot. I will take that. Finally, something enterprising, something engaging, as it took a while for the mob to get forward, but the ball was held up nicely, waiting for Lee, who said, I'm going to join the party here and move this thing forward. Got it to McLean, got the crossover, and that was close. McLean with it. Yeah, right through the gap. There was a gap between the two sets of defenders and just couldn't get it forward. Yikes. The opposite of Stockport, right? Isn't that, Andy, isn't that ugly? Colchester looks the better side. Celebrating better than the Bronx cheer, I guess. Mingy, right-hand side, gets it forward, turned back, and that's going to be now to Smith. Come on, center backs. Dallison has it. A little bit of passing around here. It's slightly, Andrew. Let's not get too excited. Slightly. But MK Dons now up. God. We should get a fair amount of added time here. 8, I'm going to guess. I don't even want to think ahead. The anxiety is real. That's the bad thing about doing this, is I'm supposed to talk while I'm suffering. Just a continued possession by Colchester right now. Anderson with it, gets it forward. Akinde, 18-yard box just outside. Anderson gets it forward, and they're going to get a corner. They are coming after us, and we don't have an answer. We don't have an answer. Colchester is spanking the crap out of us on possession, on shots, on passing. 62% to 38%. 7 shots to 4. 3 big chances to 0. 157 passes to 83 with 9% improved accuracy. We're now 3 corners to 4. Left-footed in swinger, good header, good pace, and it was headed away, cleared out to the right-hand side. Colchester throw in. Parky doesn't agree. Three halves of football with one shot on target is what we're looking at here. One shot on target. Colchester still with the ball, by the way, if you're curious. Reed gets it over to Mingy. Mingy gets it back. Smith now. Nice little play. Gets around TOC. That's Hopper down the right-hand side. Smith goes up and yay for us, a giveaway. Yeah, thanks, Chris. We do have the main scores there. MK obviously taking over 1-0. Swindon's up 1-0 on Barrow. Crawley up 2-0 on Mansfield, and Stockport up 2-1 on Sutton. So out of town, we're being helped out. It just sucks that we suck. Long ball over the top. Goodman comes out to get it and then takes a flop. That wasn't a stumble. He was trying to draw a penalty there from Mullen running up to try and get it. Bradford helping Gillingham. This is... No, that's flop Mullen. I don't know if, Brendan, am I too liberal on the flop counter? Or is it just really that type of game? Because we're going to shatter the record at this pace. That was... Mullen ended up flopping. He lost his balance running for the ball, and then he tried to sell it as a foul, and it didn't work. Hey, I want to be more positive. 5 minutes of added time is all that we're getting. That's shocking, but maybe better just to get to the half and rip into it a little bit. I want to try and be a little bit... They are flopping at everything. Okay, good. I want to be happy. I want to get excited. I want to get into this. It's just watching this. Is that a cheer? It should be. What song do we put to that? It sucks that we suck. I don't know. Back pass. It was actually fairly dangerous right in front of Mullen's feet. Colchester with it over on the right-hand side. This is over to Anderson as they're continuing to look, and we don't have an answer to maintain possession. And this is the downside of the long hoofball, is they're doing more of what I've been asking for, which is control in the midfield and trying to move the ball forward. And so as a consequence of that, their possession stats are continuing to climb. They've got the ball. They did end up with a bad forward ball eventually, and it's going to go to a goal kick for us. Three halves, one shot on target. Ogonkwo, big thump down the middle of the pitch. 3.5 minutes in extra time. Fletcher tries to frame it up, but gets beaten. Colchester ends up taking possession. Mingy with the outworking Fletcher on that one, but we're able to nick the ball back here as Clueworth has it. And what do? A long ball immediately from all the way down. Come on, Max. Find somebody and control it so we can get a little bit of possession going here. As soon as he got that was off of his foot. And I don't have a problem with that happening if you've got the advantage and it's there. But if you're just launching it just to hoof it down, I will take that own goal. Daniel Carreño, how are you? Oh, almost lost the ball there to Akinde, and that would have been a nightmare. 40 right at the end of the game, 20 yards out to have a giveaway. George Evans, Clueworth. Oof. Oh, I think it's higher than that, George. And nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, that's not. Stockport goes up another one, 3-1 on Sutton. Just give them the trophy, folks. But it doesn't matter. I'm with you, Matthew, based on our play earlier on in the season where we were struggling away badly but dominating at home. The home shine is gone. We've just been playing bad everywhere. And it just sucks. You're getting close to the end of the year. You're in an automatic playoff position and 4 shots on total and a half and none of them are on target, where we average 5 to 6 on target per game. Anyway, we're going to get a free kick. Left-hand side. Let's focus. Right here before the half, something surprising from a set piece would be absolute magic, and I'm feeling it from Tom O'Connor on the left side. If you got a rally cap, you can do it. If you rub a totem, rub a totem. If you want to go streaking around your house naked, and that's good luck, then go ahead and do that. Close the windows, please, or at least the blinds. Left footer up, over. Oh, dangerous, and just touched a little bit and missed by about 2 feet. That was close, and we'll take it. 3 shots, 3 goals in Stockport, and against their back line. So did we actually get a touch on this? Oh, it would have been an own goal. No, she's actually a Wrexham fan. And what surprised me is when we were talking about going over there and she was all excited about, I mean, she wants to see her friends, but she doesn't want to see the hometown. She wants to see her friends. Nice turnover. Here we come the other way. Barney over with it. Right-hand side gets it over to Mullen. Cross into the box. And still then Goodman nicks it off the ground. And if that would have got past him, that was like a fingertip on the ground kind of desperation stop. That's a shot on target. That's a shot on target. And they've taken away a shot from Colchester, and that's halftime. And we're sitting. What's the poll say? On a scale of suck, how bad do we suck? Just a 1, or are we full scale 10? Is that what the poll is? I want to be positive. I want to keep you guys here. I want to have a happy day and a whole lot of cheering and celebration. But that's basically Swindon going up 2-0 on Barrow. Helpful. Crawley going up 2-0 on Mansfield. Helpful. Stockport, who cares? They're going to run away with it. We don't care. MK Dons 1-0 up. That's concerning. All right, so there we go. 0.5 out of 10 is the suck. So maybe I'm being over jealous or overzealous on my suckability meter. Brendan says slight suck. I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah, Matt, I'm with you. If this was Davis pre-New Year's, Davis was, when he came on, he was stirring the drink, he was getting opportunities, and there was no liabilities with him being on the pitch. But since then, and I think it's basically New Year's, his last 2 or 3, he's looked off. He looks off. They've gone to an ad here. I'm going to. What am I going to do? I don't even know. Oh, they did add a shot back to Colchester. I'll run through the halftime stats here while we're at. I'm just so confused and so frustrated. And I'm 65% possession is where Colchester ends for the end of the first half. 0.75 expected goals to 0.4. So we were able to get there. Right now we're sitting at 5 total shots. They say no shots on target. I do think that last one qualifies, but we'll see. If they don't give it to us, then that means we have now gone 3 halves with 1 shot on target. They've had 3 big chances, missed on all of them. So if you're looking at the scoreboard and thinking, this is horrible, it could be worse. It could be worse. There were opportunities for them to score for sure, and didn't happen. So passing 210 passes for Colchester. That puts them on target for 420. That is a hell of a lot higher than what their normal average is. They're sitting at 81% accuracy. This might be the best game that Colchester has played. They still look like suck, but we're just look like more suck. I love how insightful my taking a deep breath. Fouls committed 6-2, and the corners are 4-3. Pretty damn close to being equal. If somebody has a polling option, I'm happy to put that up. I don't want to do it about suck. I'm going to try and turn this around and be a little bit happy. Only positive is it 0-0. Yeah, I'm with you, Matt. That's exactly where it is. And you know what I can do is, while I just have a moment for myself, I put together a video just about memberships, and I'm just going to play it now so that you guys get an idea as to how to get it. I prefer the memberships as much as I like the super likes and people who send that sort of stuff. The memberships are better because you get a little added benefits. Not trying to be a money grubber and all that sort of stuff. Remember, for those that are members, at the end of the season, I do want to have a meeting to talk about, next season, what to put together. And now that money's starting to come in, not big, like I'm going to get my first check. It's going to be like $100, but it is building towards something. And I would like to be able to buy tickets, buy giveaways, donate money, whatever. And so I'd like to meet with the members and say, hey, you guys have been contributing. So what do we do with this? Do we just save it up? Do we do whatever? And so I'm going to end up playing that video, and I'm going to take a deep breath and have a sip of my coffee. And then I'm going to come back, and everything's going to be perfect and fine for the second half, right? Perfect and fine. That's what I expect. All right. For those of you who want to help out, looking at trying to add some things, so we brought in those memberships. And what do you get out of the deal? Well, you get these fancy badges. Look at them. Hatchling for when you first start, all the way up to like 4 years down the road. Sit next to your name. It's actually kind of cool. You get something out of it. Custom emojis that you can use in the chat. The bog, always the favorite. Highlighted embedded chat messages in green. Appreciation graphics. Upcoming members only videos. I promise to have them to figure out what we're going to do into the future. How do you join? Well, there's a little money symbol down on the bottom. You can end up clicking there. And if you want to do a little bit more than that, you can give away memberships. Click the little dollar symbol in the chat or bottom of the page, and you can give the memberships away. $1. It doesn't renew every single month, so it's just a one-time thing. And you can give away the perks to everybody else. If you want to receive gifts, you have to opt in. How do you do that? In the chat, you can click when presents are given away, either at the top or at the bottom where it says allow gifts. Click there, and there's a little toggle. Hit that and move it over. Or you can go to join on the bottom, do the same thing, 3 buttons, gift settings, put it forward, and those super gifts are always welcome. All right. That's that. I don't know what people think about doing all this sort of stuff, but that was the whole idea of building the channel, was to have some fun and make it a creative hobby and do some things, but also to get to the point where we can do some things. Those memberships are just a buck. I'm not trying to pillage everybody, and I probably will upgrade them. I'm going to want to talk to the members and see what their thoughts are, and then we'll go from there. Getting back to the game, just watching the highlights, like my notes, my game notes, I've got 2 things written down: Mendy's injury and Evans getting the yellow card. And the whole rest of the other time, I haven't watched or haven't written down a damn thing, just stared at the screen. Apparently, I'm not happy. Hit the like button anyway. Man. Tell me how you're feeling. Everybody's here sitting in the chat. Tell me how you were feeling after that one. Yeah, I appreciate that. And I you know what? I think I have gifts to give away. I didn't realize that as a member. Oh, as my channel just goes down. What happened there? It's thinking. Good time for it to happen during the half. Go live. Why? Because my writing is horrible, or because it's so scant? Both are laughable. Oh, okay. Kim says not as bad as Doncaster. I'll take that one. Wrexham does need to win these points. Absolutely. That's the concern. I don't think Mansfield's staying up. I've said that now for a week and a half with their circumstances, with their injuries, the circumstances with their pitch, the fun little part that if they end up losing another game because of their pitch problems, they've got to start playing like 3 games a week. It's the difference of League Two, right? Is the bottom teams are not great, but it's not like they're falling off the map. And it's this part of the season where everybody's desperate. Everybody's desperate. Shave that face. I would also be single and divorced. My wife saw me on a reality dating show. Do I want to send that one out there? Before we actually met. and she thought, and I had no beard, and she thought I was kind of cute, but I looked like a frog. And then we actually met in real life, and yeah, oh God, don't drop the bombshells. I have been on cash cab, if that happens. I don't even want to say the name of the yeah, and I've been on 2 singing shows, but I didn't go far. I'm not a good singer. I'm just a good hack. But anyways, see, the problem is earlier on in the season, we were getting lots of shots, right? And it was that we just couldn't finish. Now we can't even finish. Like, I will take it if we get one and it's in, one and done. I'm all for it. You do you. I just thought if you gift it, that's and there's Brent figured out how to do it. And the other thing, Brent, I really do appreciate it. It's a buck a month. It's not massive, but I'm more interested in having the mob here, and then also being able to pull you guys in when you're members at the end of the year. And I want to do more of them and just say, hey, this is where we're at. What do you want to do? And how do you want to help? And what do you think of this? Right? Are you talking about the song that I played at the start of the game? Because if you are, and you missed it, it's Ever Rose. The links are down in the description below. And so you can go and find her on Spotify. She's on YouTube. You can search for We Are Wrexham FC, is the name that she's called it. She's also got on her Spotify some of her poetry and that sort of stuff. There's some books. She's actually done some really good stuff. How have we been playing, Lee? Does somebody want to give him the news? Is there a poop emoji that I can just spam the hell out of the chat and just have coming out of my mouth as like a GIF? It was garbage, Lee. The first half was garbage. We don't have. Did they give us a shot on target? No shots on target. In fact, they took a shot away. The shots are 8-4 now, according to FOTMob. 4 shots, nothing on target. Possession 35%. Outpassed by 109 passes. 119 passes. 119 passes. Daniel, thank you so much for joining the party. And so it's been yeah, Mendy's gone off. He's injured and probably out for the season, Lee. We are now at negative shots on target. They've had 3 big chances. We've had nil. At the end of the day, and I said this while the half was going on, and I still think it's true, is this is the worst form of football I've seen both teams play since I've started streaming Wrexham football games. And that's both sides. I was hoping, to be fair, Ruby, that with Lee coming into the lineup at some point in time, that and nice to see you here, by the way, and not in a madness format where we've got 9 people screaming into Josh's podcast over at the local pundit. Is I was hoping that was going to be the thing that was going to change things and drive things forward. And Lee did have that play running forward coming up in the counterattack that just didn't end up resulting in something. But we're not on form. We're not off. Reminder as to at the end of the half, at the end of the match, we're going to have the after 90 minutes. I'm going to have to cut it out quick. My little one has a dance class and I have to take him to that. And so I will be there for a little bit before wrapping it up, but we will start the after 90 minutes and be there. So feel free to join that. The links will be here. You can join that through. We'll be joined by the local pundit. I think Matt's going to join us, Baz. We'll see if the Aussies join in or Carl. But anyways, and I guess that's the question. And I would love to know if somebody was in Essex to watch this one and what they could tell from actually seeing the pitch better than we can from where we're at, right? Is there have been moments, I think it's fine in the middle of the field. I think it's just, and to be fair, the far side from the camera, it looks to me like it's just the near side where Mullen had that ball die kind of close to the left-hand sideline and ran over top of it and lost out on that opportunity. But things have looked okay elsewhere, right? And I say that, and the best pass of this is how sad the first half is. I can recall the best pass of the half. That's the highlight. The highlight was Tom O'Connor's pass to Mendy down the left-hand side that had great weight. Mendy turned and went to go and get it. And what did he do? He blew his hamstring out. So it's just panic. I need that gif of like one of those Muppets just running around being like, ah, and that's what it is. Just back and forth on the screen. Just, turn around. Ah. And that's how this one's going. Oh, but that's Ivan. You know what? I can only imagine with how frustrated I am today and how frustrated I'm sure that you guys are. If you haven't met Ivan is he has his expectations and they're expected. And when they don't happen, it's a beautiful thing to watch. So I can only imagine how Ivan's handling this game. Yes, you know what? Just give me a goal, and I'm happy to get crazy and walk out of this and say that was an experience that I don't want to relive. Watching that level of painful football ever again. The thing is, and I think Ruby, you were talking about this, and was it in Josh's podcast? I can't remember, about how early in the season that late goal magic, that Wrexham shine was there, right? We kind of expected an 88th minute goal to be able to draw it back, or an 80th minute we'd score 2 or 3, right? That shine has sort of gone off, and I don't know where that's gone. We've had that early expectations will crush your soul. That might be the comment of, well, I'll write that one down. Vince, we're at, what are we at here? Expectations will crush your soul. It ain't the National League, that's true. But anyways, what I was saying is the last couple of games, just not expecting it. And I'm sitting here at the half where normally I'd say 45 minutes is lots of time. Be optimistic. We're still Magic and we've got it in our boots and we've got the ponies to go and grab a goal and do things. I've now looked at game after game, half after half, where we're not the same, which makes you ask the question, who are we? Are we these guys? I don't think that we are. I think we've got the quality to be able to go out and do better, which is why it's so frustrating, is because why aren't we? I get that the season's wearing down. I get that, I don't have an excuse. It's not it's a 46 game season, going into it, what it's going to, every team's worn out. Mansfield's destroyed. Stockport was destroyed worse than we were and just got their people back. So worn out, sure, I can take that. Lee gets that. Nobody else on the team gets the prize for being worn out. You're pros, and the wearing out is going to be the same as it is for everybody else or worse. So I can't really accept that. In fact, you would think with our depth, we've got impressive depth. We talked about it all year. With our depth, you would expect that we'd be able to run over some guys, because you look at the lineups of teams with players out, and they've got like 2, 3, 4 of their top 11 that are out and filled with guys who aren't the same level, or they're young guys that are out on loan that you have no idea what you're getting into. We've got some quality people. I mean, even today, we reached to the bench, and Lee's not fair, but you've got Marriott sitting on the bench. That's a guy who's got League One experience. There's another one. Are we a straw or two away from stirring the drink? Yes, at any moment in time. That's the good news, is they could come out after Parky's just laid into them and rip the paint off the walls and come out and bash the ever-loving bejesus out of Colchester. That can happen. Yeah, there's certainly something to be said about the management side of things and the rotation side. long-term seasonal strategy is not something that I think I can give an opinion on that much until I've gone through a couple of these things, but it has been frustrating to me to see no change in strategy. Matt would say from the Racecourse Ramble, and let's go back to about 3-4 games ago, and I can't remember who Stockport was playing, but they were losing, and we weren't playing, so we were able to watch that game. And Stockport was losing, and they came out in the second half, and they changed not just their formation, but their tactics. And as a consequence, they dominated the game. I want to say it was Tranmere. And in any event, they, from the 50th minute on, it was just a mob of Stockport who looked completely ineffective for a half, smashing the crap out of the opposition in the second half. Because two things, it wasn't a personnel change, it was a formation change and a strategy change combined. The strategy change here has to be simple. Stop with the damn hoofball. Max Cleworth, I love you. You have young player of the season in my eyes, both for the team and the league. But every ball that's come to his foot has just immediately been thumped down the pitch. And it's just, he has to be doing it on instruction, right? If you're a young player, that's not your go-to. And I just like to see some bloody buildup. My pain is your pleasure. What's that movie from? They're all going to laugh at you, Adam Sandler. They're all going to laugh at you. That's what I'm feeling right now. Yes, McLean has been busting his ass. And to be fair, the midfield I don't see as being the problem. And that's when McLean was in it, or now that he's on the left-hand side. Evans has been solid. Every time he's had the ball, he's been able to advance it forward. He's come back tactically and taken some defensive steps. Cannon's been good, but not great, but he's been around. McLean's been solid. The problem is we're not using the midfield. The problem is even though that they have been playing okay, they're not getting enough touches. I wish, does FODMOB have? Let's go through the more facts, all stats. Let's just see here. Total shots inside the box to outside are 4-3. Outside are 4-1 for them. Expected goals, and this is interesting because it breaks it down. In open play, we're at 0.27. That's where most of our XG comes from. Where for them, they're at equal open play and set play. Looking for passes in the opposition half, 36. 2 accurate crosses for 29%. Yeah, there's just nothing really standing out. Interceptions are 2-2. Not a lot of details. Are we underway? Was I not live? Mildly concerned. I've still got the graphic up, and now I've got a spinning wheel of death. What just happened? You guys are all freaking me out. Don't forget your clock. My clock has stopped. Is the game on? Reloading. We are under. Okay, I got it. Sorry, guys. I was sitting there wondering what the heck was going on. 50 minutes. 50 minutes. I've been missing. It's in the middle, and Ogonko was able to go and get it. Sorry, guys. I missed 5 minutes of the game sitting there watching. I got to hit stop here. $51. Set. Start the clock. I missed 6 minutes of that watching, so we can get back into it, and maybe that's a good thing. How have we been looking? Even my FODMOB didn't go out. Yeah, Marie, maybe you got stuck in the void where I did. I was looking at it was playing music in the background, and I thought they had a tech problem. I was starting to wonder and was just going to ask, and then all of a sudden it happened. So here we go. Cleworth gets it. Long ball down the pitch. Max, see, I just said during the half, Every time that Max gets the ball, it's off his foot and a long thump. And what's the very first thing that happens as soon as I log back in the game? Max gets it on his foot and he lobs it up, and we've given possession over, and nothing came from it. Like it wasn't even close. Like, build that up through the middle. Have the faith in your midfield. But can't blame Max. It has to be tactics. That's on Parkey telling the young man what to do. Diagonal from Hull all the way over. O'Connor's over there. He goes to fake it, knock it out, and then he's going to just, I thought he put it out, but he gave it to McLean. Here we go. Lee with it. Long thumping ball down the left and nobody over there, and they're just going to go and walk over and jog and collect the ball. They collect the ball. They put it back to the keeper, and here comes Colchester again, for freaking sakes. 2 minutes in, 2 long balls, giving away possession, not a damn thing. And then they come long ball into the corner. It's going to go for a goal kick. They had a little bit of a threat. Yay for them. Watching on iFollow, no stream, so you've got to go TK. The link is down below, wrexhamafc.co.uk/iFollow. It's £10 for the match, 25 quid for the month, which will get you through to the end of the month. 25 will be cheaper if you can make 3 of the games, and we've got 5 left. So 52 minutes back-to-back long. Hey, guess what? Long ball. This one skipped off of a Colchester player, and they're able to collect it, and Fletcher's sitting there chasing them around. And that was actually well done by Akinde to keep that one away from Fletcher, and they've just gone to their center back as they're looking to build through the middle. Up through the middle, over to the right, over to the left. Oh, here it comes. Now they're going to walk it forward. He's looking for a long ball. And there's a diagonal. But even then, by holding the ball, they had, oh no, he gave it away, and there's a kick, and their scores. Fuck, I knew that was coming. God damn it. Deplorable, disgusting, shameful. That's what that was. So long ball goes over. Akinde ends up bossing it. We end up losing on the McLean challenge, and the ball just sits there and bounces right up to Akinde, who hammers it. 1-0. 1-0. Akinde got, that's on McLean. McLean just ran past the ball. Fuck. Absolutely disgusting football. I'm still here. I'm happy to be a Wrexham fan. This is going to happen. You're going to endure some garbage because it can't always be glorious. But I don't want. That was a bad bounce, but that was a mistake. You know where you're at on the pitch. That McLean eats that one every day. Fletcher with a foul over in the corner. There's Michael. Sorry for the curses and getting that upset, but I mean, we used these tactics for the entire first half, and did they work? No. We come out in the second half, and what do we do with our tactics for the entire first 10 minutes of the second half? The same thing. And when you do that and you're not being proactive, you're not playing attacking football, you're going to end up with situations where it's up to a bounce, and there's the bounce. A little bit awkward. McLean really should have stood in front of it instead of trying to take the crazy swipe at it, but it happens. And it lands. 185 minutes since the team scored a goal. Hell, Prentice, we're at now 220 minutes without a shot on target. So let's see if we're Cannon with it up the center, building through the middle, challenge him. He's running forward, gets it over to the right-hand side to Barnett. Barnett just outside the 18-yard box. Cross over, too far. Fletcher not able to get to it, but McLean's able to keep it. Does he return it? It gets blocked down. And McLean just gets dispossessed in the corner. Rare to see McLean get sort of danced around, but he had limited room in that area. Oh, That's the second Hopper putting like everything on the line. He got clattered into by Ogonko in the first half, and there he just ran right over O'Connell. See, you can't make a wholesale change. Clark racing crap. I just tuned in. I'll see myself out. Still happy to have that. Get rid of the 5 in the back line. They aren't generating anything. But Ray, here's the big question, the $1 million question. Is this garbage Parky, or is it the back 5 in the back? I lean towards Parky. This hoofball stuff has to be tactics and instructions from Parky. It's not a giveaway. McLean wins the ball, gets it to Evans, and then a bad pass. And Goodman up 1-0. I think he's just going to stop there and hold the ball and wait for us to run up and challenge. And now he's going to grab it. Fuck. I don't think that there's bad tension. I just think that they haven't got it done. Right. And here's don't you know it's the hope that kills you? I've said this about Parky and the whole Parky out conversation is I don't think that Parky's a bad manager at all. I don't. I think he's rigid in his ways. I think he's not creative. I think that he comes up with some tactical things that I don't necessarily like, but I don't necessarily think he's a bad manager. I don't think he's lost the club. The problem that I have is Colchester comes forward there. The problem that I have is this. You've been given a lineup last year in the National League and the year before that was way more money than anybody else was dealing with. I could have won managing them. You come into League 2 and you've got the largest wage rate in the league. I probably couldn't manage them, to be fair. In League 2, I'd do a worse job. But I just don't think Parky's getting value. And if this Cleworth, he lined up to go and do hoof. Barnett with the hoof ball into the middle. Fletcher able to hold it, and long ball out of nothing. Fletcher able to make it loose, and it goes to Mullen. He's searching for his 100th, and he hooks it. He had an opportunity, and that was going to go to. Well, yeah, and that's the part that the problem that I have is you have to look at the game that's in front of you and say, this isn't working. What else can I do with the guys that I have? And if you don't trust that your guys are better than the others, then you've kind of got to stick into your ways a little bit. But when you think your players are better, and I hope to Christ ours are, with the money that we pay them, then change the tactics. Have like 2 or 3 different forms that you end up running at. Barnett able to nick that one away and gets it down the right-hand side, but lands on a Colchester boot. Guess what? It was a hoof. And so they hoof it back. And now it's Colchester. And we're going to earn another turnover. And here comes Lee. Dances around one guy. Gets it over to Mullen. We don't have a lot of numbers up there, but here comes Cannon over on the right-hand side. Cannon stops, holds up the ball. Well done. Crosses there, and it hits the defender and goes away. But George says, I got this, but he doesn't. We got to go back, guys. We're going to have a counter attack, and here come Colchester on the break. Well done. McLean covered, and O'Connell steps over the ball. See, now we got some magic in our boots. Things are moving. Lee Danson gets it through over to Evans, all the way down. See, and then the light switch goes off, and then this is a bad one. Too far, but Barnett might be able to collect it, and he's beat, but Cannon's going to be able to grab it. Cannon scoops it over to Barney. Barney keeps it in. He's got lots of space. Right foot cross. It's there. Scores! You beauty. 100 goals from Mullen, and out of nowhere, somebody said, let's play some fucking football. 100 goals from Mullen in a Wrexham uniform. We get up to 1-0, and all of a sudden, like garbage. And what was the difference? We started to play. We got a turnover in the middle of the pitch by Lee. He has to dance around 3 people, trust his capacity, give it to Lee on that one on the build-up, 61st minute. Give it to him. He ends up working over 3 guys, gets the ball down. It ends up working its way to McLean, who does have a bad ball across, but it's rescued. Barney, Cannon say, we've got this. And they beat the tar out of the Colchester men, and our quality wins out. Play it through the middle of the pitch, Parky. You yuts. Whoo! And I got to take a breather on that one. So let's just, oh, hold on. No, I'm not going to give it because Cannon's coming forward in space on the right-hand side. Cannon looking, shooting. Missed it over top. And while that happens, here we go. Let's get into it and fire this bad boy up. I've been not enjoying this, and I'm hoping that that little bit of form is what stays and lives with us. I'm still surprised balloons are making their way on the pitch. I get that if there was a celebration that they did blow around, but they're still happening. Long ball from Goodman. We're able to head it away, but they'll collect it. This is Akinde, and Bolton looks like he's lining up. Warming up for subs, 63rd minute. So it's time. It's time. Blood pressure goal. Scott celebrating. Whew. Giving away. Cannon intercepts, gets it up over to Lee. Nice. Fletcher back heel, gets it over to Lee. Oh, it's lost, but Evans takes it back. Ding, 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 ding. Pinball. But you know what? I will take this rather than the possession, and I will take the opportunity to build up through the middle. Des scores the 100, and we feel like we're 100. Oh, everywhere we go. I'm just, see, and now the mood change. Why? Because not only because we scored, because we're playing through the middle. We're trying anyway. Fletcher goes and gets it, gets charged heavy. So played advantage, but Mullen was like, no support. So Mullen just was like, I'm not letting you play advantage. I'm all by myself up here. And there's going to be a late tackle on Fletcher, and we're going to get a free kick 40 yards away, so not much that we can do about it. MDR, ring the bell. Mullen's 100, and I'm feeling 100. We don't want you, Mansfield. I will say I've enjoyed having fun with their fans on that whole pitch video conversation. Yes, we're not over. We still got work to do, but it's looking like we're doing things. It's not like I've got a stick and I'm poking somebody who's dead, being like, can you do a thing? Can you try something? Cleworth Wissett on the floor, up to Barnett, move toward the middle of the pitch. Barnett's dancing, looking for his first nice little Barney, great little pass over to Fletcher. Fletcher one touches in a little bit too heavy to Mullen, but we're in the 18-yard box. It was there with Mellon looking for 101. That rant section at Sparky will go viral. Sure, let it go. Somebody clip it. Send it out there. Oh, no. Well, I will try to get us through it, Denise. It feels like there's more there. I mean, just frustrating that we had to, long thrown in it. Oh, Fletcher pushed and then shoved from both directions. Cannon, well done. Out of the box. Lee, he dropped off the ball. Mishit it. Evans trying to get the ball back with numbers all over the place. Swarming. Evans fighting, and it's going to go out. I don't know who's getting the throw in here. So Palmer's in, and I didn't see who came out. Did anybody see who came out? Mr. Redhord, what's your real name? It is Sean Driver. In near Vancouver, BC, Canada. Momentum flows both ways. And momentum is earned, Vince, right? And what's different here with the momentum being earned is we started going through the midfield. It was Lee Evans in the middle of the field who's nicked the ball and said, screw all of this. I'm not kicking it down. He danced around like 2-3 guys, kind of got twisted around in the process and got it to Evans, who then to McLean, and McLean did the pass, and it all looked magic. And it was just simply not looking to just throw the ball opposite corner, get through a switch. It was deciding, I'm going to go and I'm going to do a thing. And that was Elliot Lee. As much as it was a great pass into the box, as much as it was great interplay in the corner, that whole situation doesn't happen without Elliot Lee busting his ass along that goal line, or along the midfield line, sorry. So we just finished off with the subs, and here they go. Colchester is going to throw this one in. Headed forward, EOC collects, cleared, and so I get why that's there. I got to go and pull this to find out who the sub. Body check. No foul, just a foul, no yellow card. So what ended up happening is it goes back, Cannon throws it over top, and Mullen puts his head down in number 5. Nah, that's not a card. Mullen scored the 100th goal when we got it, and so here we go, Max with it. Long, sweeping diagonal across all the way over to McLean on the left-hand side. McLean now gets it forward to Lee. Lee looking to McLean. No, he's not. Yes, he is. No, he's not. He gives it to George instead. Or sorry, that's TOC who's moved forward. TOC over to McLean. Nice little ball. O'Connor's going to run forward. McLean doesn't give it to him. Instead, he draws it back. Finds Evans, and Evans is going to have to clear this out and get a switch on and settle it down. And he does. EOC, well done by George. Gets it up to EOC. Left side, glorious. That one's over to McLean. Pulls it, and it mishit, deflected. Don't know what happened, but it died. Cleared up by Colchester, and here we go. The light bulb is on. Like full early morning fluorescent light bulb, glorious raging ball. Fletcher went off. Thank you for that, Robbie. Then I don't have to go and look that up. Not the sub that I wanted, by the way. If we were going to do a sub there, I wanted to see Marriott come in and have a run before we made a change. So Evans looking to do a Tozer bomb. We're about, 15 yards? Just shy of. Long ball, short post, headed up into the air. Cannon tried to go and get it over to the corner to Evans, and Evans didn't know where he was going to go, and it went out. I like me a little bit of heart. I especially like it on a football pitch. Can I have some of it, please? Colchester throws it in, kicks it down, and it's a little bit of holding on, right? You get the sense just from Colchester touching the ball that, that's got to be a foul. Yeah, and that's from a dangerous territory. Don't play it. Ooh, Cannon was going to play that quickly, and I was like, that's a dangerous spot in the middle of the pitch. Cannon has the man beat, and he gets hauled down there by McGeehan, and that's got to be a free kick, and we're 25 on. They did take it quick. I would have put people on the outside and played that forward, but here we are underway again. What do I know about football? Nothing. I guess when momentum's there, don't slow it down. A nice little ball. Connor didn't know it was going to be on his inside, and he went the other way, so he couldn't turn in time. Cleworth, though, he's got it. Does it not feel like Colchester, whenever they do touch the ball, they're sort of like holding on to a roller coaster right now? And they just, as soon as they get an opportunity to relax and free up, they just punt the ball away. Palmer too heavy on the header. He does get it. McLean's able to get it. Not where it was intended, I don't think. But in any event, we are pushing. We are pushing. The chat's gone silent. Hey, hit the like button while you're doing this. Ay. McLean with it. Lee now over to O'Connor. We're still 35 yards back on the left-hand side. Now we're into the 18-yard box. McLean goal line. Cross in. Center back's able to get it, but it doesn't go free. Lee intercepts, gets it to Evans. Evans looking to go to the right-hand side, and he's got Cannon over there, down into the corner, over to Barnett. Barnett dancing. Left, right. Going left on Fevrier. Decides not to cross. I thought he was going to take it there. Get to the right-hand foot. Good defended. Going to be a corner. Let's go. And inhale. Exhale. Whew. At the end, before the end of the game, I'm going to gift away. I got like memberships that I can give away that as a channel person. And hey, Alan, throwing that one out there. Thank you. I was just going to say, I'm going to go and throw some gifts, some memberships out there. Make sure you have that turned on. If you're here at the half, we said how to do that. Turn that on, and I'll gift those away. Left-footed cross, man. That wind appears to be really blowing through that little channel there between the stadiums. Come on, Wrexham, looking for a left-footed in-swinger on the cross. Set piece of glory. Come on, do it for us. TOC above the ball. Here it comes. Flat, hard, far post, and way too hard. Straight out. He smashed the car. Smashed the crap out of that. The carp out of it. Wasn't close to anybody, like literally landed almost on the far side of the 18-yard box and were just rolled out harmlessly. Sutton helping us out, Crawley helping us out, Swindon helping us out, Forest Green letting us down. That's the game to be worried about. It's not going to hurt as much because of this, but God damn it, if we get 3 points, it's a glorious day all of a sudden. Somebody find a goal for 3 points, and here we go. O'Connell intercepts it. Come on, Chris is in the building. I'd like to see the highlight because I don't know if that was a flop or not. Brendan, you can make the call on that. I think he actually went to try and go and get it. I don't know. Mingy with it. Free kick. Looking to push it forward. Colchester actually, Mingy has to say, yellow card, time wasting. They bring the goalkeeper out after Mingy stood there and got everybody to go forward. And now Goodman's all the way over. John, up until the 60th minute, it was the most painful Wrexham experience I've had of my. Colchester right there, Hopper forward. Well done. O'Connell shutting the door like Velcro on the defender in the penalty area. Not enough to cause a foul, but certainly enough to say you're not going to score right now, Tavide. And Tavide doesn't get the job done, and we're able to get it out. Injuries. Kim, injuries. Long ball put down to Evans. Evans is able to get it. It was actually a good... See, long ball's not always bad, but Cleworth has it, and he's carrying it forward. He goes all the way 20 yards with it. He continues to run, flip forward. He's right there with a touch. Condon, come on. Not able to get the shot away, but he falls it back to Max. Max forward, and oh, come on. Not there. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And Goodman throws it forward, and Tom O'Connor is able to just maintain possession. Gets it over to Lee, left-hand side, 35 yards out, 40 yards out. O'Connor stays forward. We're going to go through the middle of the pitch. Touch to Lee. Lee is, just shy. But they come forward. Oh, that's a foul. That's a foul. That's got to be a card. That has to be a card. That's on Smith. That's high. Oof. Right off the outside of the ankle. Boots. Stabbed him. But no card. So we're going to get a free kick. 18-yard box. Draw the line extended over to the sideline. And that's where we're going to be taking it from. So still a dangerous position. I assume it's going to be TOC over there with a left footer. And we've got numbers all through the box. Tom O'Connor, left footer. One man in the wall, clearly serving this up to look for Palmer's head. I haven't played the Palmer video in a long time. I'd really like to do it now. And I'll even jinx it, or not. Reverse jinx. Palmer sucks. There it is, served up. Palmer not able to get there. Got beat by the center back. And it's still there, though. Down, cannon, off the floor, and deflection and goes wide. Oh, hit that like button. And hey, if you're new here, the subscribe button. I could get to 1,500 here today, and that'd be kind of fun. So let's get that. We do need this win. Not a lot of extra time. I tried the reverse jinx. It didn't work. No, I still believe, W&G. I still believe. Now, the 60th minute, as soon as we stop with the useless hoofball garbage, why can't we play this way? This is Sheldon from the local pundits' pet peeve. Positive football. And 60th minute, it's we start going through the middle and it works. Cleworth, long ball, but that one might be a good one. Oh, it's still there. Palmer. And he's going to give it the other way. And that's soft. That's soft. That's soft. If you're not going to call that all the way through the game, you can't call that going the other way right now. I mean, as far as bad refereeing decisions go, it's not that bad, but it's still a bad call. Alan, appreciate it. Let's go 1,500. Oh, you're going to say flop on that one? All right. Fevrier with it, gets it forward. Evans knocks it out. 77th minute. Is my timer on? I'm a little bit off. Let's add a little bit of time here. Not that I want to, but I got to let you know where I'm at. Did I somehow jump forward? Uh-oh, that was a scary little ball there, but it's able to get cleared by O'Connell, who's had himself a couple of good stops. Palmer end up able to maintain it, keep control. Yeah, and then Barnett just launches it down. Why? I don't think so. It goes out for a throw. Oh. Do we need a defibrillator check? How's everybody doing? Do I still have you with us? Cleworth, nice little header, but it just lands on the foot of Colchester. And does it? It went out anyway, whether it's, on their side of half. Just a miss hit by Colchester that turned over the ball. 78th minute. Jello, you're joining at a time at least where we're moving forward. For 60 minutes, we looked like garbages. And Palmer with it. Collision in the box. He's blocked off. Yelling for a penalty. Palmer's asking for a penalty, but I don't... Mingy doesn't have the ball. He's standing in front of him. In basketball terms, you would call that the charge. But the question is in football, is he entitled to that space in front of him? I would suggest no. Jennifer, thanks so much for joining the mob. The Horde, I appreciate it. Really? Man, I would be way over invested in this if that was the case. If I could get 15,000 quid, Chilvers is coming in. He's going to probably play. He's coming in for Smith, so I'm assuming he's going to go into the. Oh wait, left midfield is Chilvers or is Smith? Are they moving to forward? Put on your hat. Which one do you want? Are you taking the toque? Or are you taking the hat? I'll go either one. Pokes forward. Colchester ends up having it, but it's a bad touch, and Cleworth gets it, and just a long ball, though, down the whole thing. Palmer's not able to go and get it, and Goodman goes and collects it at the edge of the area, and Palmer chases him down. Good stuff. I hope that's not me spamming and promoting your stuff, but that's legit. Desert Island Survival sounds almost like it could be an advertisement for something, so... We don't have an agreement. This isn't a play on anything. I would take that, get to 1,500. We're going to have a throw in here. 10 minutes. Things have slowed down a little bit. A little bit. Long throw towards the midfield stripe. Palmer not able to get it, but the ball's headed out for another throw. Mullen leaves it for Cleworth again, and Cleworth walks up to the midfield stripe to throw this one in. Feel free to go behind you as long as you've got space and possession. But he says, no, I'm going to throw it. I'm going to serve it up to Palmer. Mullen ends up collecting it, and they're going to hoof it down the pitch. And Max heads it out. Took it is. Oh, I saw Took for Sharky. Sorry. And Ghoulish said Took, but spelt took. Took. 2-1. Cannon, interception, the ball, middle of the pitch, moving forward. He's now at the midfield stripe and says, you know what? I'm going to wait for things. And good job. Leaves it for Cleworth. Gives it up to Barney. Barney now gives it away. Tavid now, we're able to get control here. Max with it, settles it down over to Barnett. Barnett, it's too slow getting that ball away, and he's going to get a throw in. Chilvers with the challenge. Let's get one more. Come on, guys. Subs are there. Are we going to let them throw it in? Cluworth throwing it in. It's one of those ones on those throws. Cluworth. Oh, my word. That's the most egregious flop I've ever seen. Circle that one at the 82nd minute. Watch this one as he goes down. I'm not going to say it wasn't a foul. They are actually talking yellow card. That was a foul, but man, the artistry on that flop, it deserves a 10. If I only got a 9.9 from the Mexican judge, but it was beautiful. Oh, absolutely, it was a foul. But the quality of that spin, and so we're gonna have a left footer. He's gonna go into the box with this. They're gonna be 35 yards out, still a fair distance out. They've moved everybody forward. 82nd minute. I don't have time for this garbage, and it's a dangerous ball. It's headed. Whoo! Dallison was able to get there. Number 6, the captain, and get his head to it, but it ends up going over to the right. Marriott's in. Ooh, are those boos? And whose boos are they for? Is it for Mullen or is it for Marriott coming in? Now's the time for Marriott to do a thing. Pen yourself into Wrexham lore here, sir. Start your journey, open the account on a 3-point saving mess of a game. Come on. Long ball from O'Connor. Palmer with it. Here's a question for you in a 1-1 game. Would you have gone 4-3-3 and pulled somebody over? Oh, he won a corner off of that one. Well done by Palmer. I thought that one just went out for a goal touch. Would you have put Marriott on for somebody else and left and had 3 moving forward? Interesting there. So we're going to have a throw, sorry, not a corner. It was confusing as to how that all transpired. And Evans, long throw, short post, middle of the pitch. And in! It's in! It's in! Scored! Max freaking Cluworth, you little beauty, all the way from the back. His first ever league goal, second of his career. He scores it. It goes over, and Max Cluworth sneaks in from the back and ends up finding, I don't have a song for Cluworth, so I'll make one up. Frick yeah! Young Player of the Year, the EFL says, we're not going to nominate you. And he says, stuff it. I'm going to earn my own way through and demonstrate to you I got the skills, baby. Whoo! You can't. So George Evans throws it all the way over top of the tarp, up to the line. I'm going to be curious about foot on the line rules. And Max just ninjas his way in between 4 defenders, and there's Chris with the celebration. All prayers are answered. There's another one for the goal. And you know what? If we're doing it, let's send out. Oh, I can't do it from this one. I'll have to go over to here. Oh my word! Holy, there's the word, Travis. And we're not supposed to be able to beat the bots with but I don't even care. Kim, season-saving goal. We need a Max Cluworth song, and we need it now. Somebody make that thing. Vamos! It's goal. I'm just excited. 85th minute, 2-1. What the bloody hell? This game, and Colchester with it, but their attacker ends up slipping. Come on. That's a foul. Marriott allows it to go, but we get it back. Oh, and pass on the ass goes to us. Marriott moving forward, right-hand side. Marriott, you add to it too. It's a party. Everybody scores. Let's go. Cross. Got to go for a corner. Woo. It has to be. He had the first half highlight, as bad as it was. The first half highlight was his pass down the line. I gave him the gears because he's had the ball looking for the passes and looking for those long balls, but that's tactical. And as soon as they change the tactics, Max says, I can adjust to it. I know what I'm doing. And he slides up and he ninjas the damn freaking goal in. It's absolutely nuts, this game. Huh. Is everybody okay? Everybody breathing all right? Hi. Okay, so we're going to get a corner from the left-hand side as we're taking our little bit time, and the Wrexham fans are screaming, and I'll take 10 more subscribers if you've got it in ya. Now am I going to have to wear a toque every game now? Because it gets hot in the summertime, man. Spring. There it is. It's dangerous. It's right there. Somebody. Oh, it's cleared off the line. It was 2 that were there, and we're going to get a free kick, and we're going to get a yellow card. Have to, don't we? Right from the outside of the D. I don't even know. So this is a left footer from in swinger, and we get a header. It goes down to ground. 2 boots go in at the same time to try and get that in. I think it was Mullins, or Mullen was off. Sorry, it can't be Mullen. Who is that, McLean? Or EOC off the line. I don't know who that was rolling on the dirt in front of the goal, but it ended up not being able to get there. We have to suffer for Wrexham. Toque power. It made us win. Oh. I'm going to need to get air conditioning in my room. Okay, so this is a dangerous spot. Like, let's not overlook the circumstances here. 88th minute. Let's put a hat on this. 안녕하세요. Goal period. Lee hits it off the wall, left footer. They had like a 7-person wall right in front of the D there, and Marriott's got it over on the right-hand side. He's taking on Chilvers, looking for support. Marriott's holding it up, and it's touched, and it's going to go to us. Ooh, those were some bad words from the man. Colchester didn't like that. Yeah, forget the first 60 minutes where I was negative as all hell. 네, 한국어 할 수 있어요. 옛날에 공부했어. 그렇지만 단어 다 잊어버렸어요. And I've actually started to learn a little bit of Welsh, but I'm not going to get there anytime soon or use it. But I've been trying to pick things up. Yes, doesn't it changes so much. The picture changes so much with 3 points, and especially with this all going on up here. Evans. Andrew, can I talk to you about the rules here for a second? Because I'm going to look them up afterwards. Foot on the line on a throw-in, because Evans has been cheating if you're expected to be behind the line on the throw, both on the first goal, which whatever, not going to talk about it, and just on that throw there. So I'm just curious. Or sorry, the second goal, the Clueworth. Oh, the singing going through Colchester. Wales, Chance, and Essex are a beautiful thing to see. Foot on the gas, exactly. Nobody cares about a foot on the line. That's what I was. They've got to care at some point, right? So the question that I had was, how egregious does it have to be? Is it the full foot over? Is it, the heel? Is it just a soft rule that you don't call that chintzy garbage? It's not possible. It's not possible. They've got a game in hand, 4 points behind. We have to win out, and they'd have to lose out. It's not happening. Oh, 5 minutes of added time, by the way. Sorry, Jennifer, missed that one. 5 minutes of added time, 91st minute. And the ball's just kind of going back and forth, although Colchester has it here now. They've got lots of numbers forward. They're going for it, so there's an opportunity to counter. There's also a potential that they end up doing something. But Chilvers, bad ball, and here comes the counter. Lee, he's got to be licking his chops. He gets it up to McLean. Left hand over the midfield stripe, all the way down. Marriott saying, gimme, 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 and here it comes. Oh, Marriott just misses, bud. Cannon, oh, through the roof. Through the roof, not going to score. Through the roof, way up into the sky. But Marriott probably missed that by about a half a foot, 6 inches, maybe a foot. Still pushing forward to grab that one, trying to get Marriott to open his account. And he looked good there. Marriott was I thought there was no chance to get at that one, but he got there almost. Hell of a lot closer. Oy, oy, oy. We're going to get a goal kick off of that one. Minute 45 spent on the added time. The fans are just electric. Like, it's nuts. It's echoing. 5 minutes. So we got 3 minutes left of added time. My budget in candles is going to ruin me. Ogonko taking his time. And you know what? He's got enough yellow card range. You just take a yellow card for time wasting every time. Just take it every time. My mic keeps cutting off. That would be a new problem. So if that's on to me, then let me know, because then I've got a problem that I've got to look at and figure out what the hell happened. I'm going to click this button here and hit this button here and hit. Oh, they won't let me. Read with it, looking forward. This is Colchester, who had a bad touch, and McLean just gets it and says, "Get the hell out of it." Cup up? Oh, K-pop. I don't know if people if they're K-pop fans or not. Lube? K-pop club? I'm sorry, I don't know what you meant there with the Korean. You're talking about K-pop, and you asked if I like it. Colchester with it on the right-hand side. Got stepped on, but no call. He's a little bit frustrated. 3:26 going if you're only listening to me, so we're a minute and a half away from the whistle potentially going. Favre all the way back to collected. They're still kicking around in the center backs. They haven't been able to move it forward, and here comes a long diagonal over to the right-hand side. Ooh, McLean. Oh. We got lucky. That flash from McLean, like Anderson roofed it, shot it all over. But watch this. Watch McLean. It hits the ground, jumps over top, and McLean goes to clear it, and he just missed that guy in the face. Just missed him in the face. Ignacio, welcome. 400. That's awesome. Getting mic rumbles. All right. Well, I'm going to turn this down to here. I don't know why I'd be getting mic rumbles. That would be frustrating, but I will have to change this up, and we'll get to the end of it. Is Ogonko. Maybe it's just when I'm too loud. Actually, what I'll do is I'll pull the gain back a little bit and see if that fixes things. Oh, we're going to have an opportunity here. Is over to the left-hand side. McLean with it. He's got Marriott. He's celebrating. Look at that. Getting a corner, taking his time. I am loving this stuff. And you know what? While we wait for this, we're going to get the corner to wrap everything up. I just want to send out a thank you right now. So I'm going to hit this one. And that, I guess, comes out from the chat. Vince has clean sound, so we're all fine and we're all good. Gifting out 5 ones. I hope they land on people who enjoy them. You'll get a month of the free membership stuff. So thanks for being here. Oh, got to think. I'm so excited. 5 minutes. The whistles. Fans are screaming for the whistles. Colchester has it. It's going to go out. Surely the whistle has to blow here. Blow it down. No, he's going to allow it play. There's been no wasted time, I don't think. Own half. Colchester's going to throw it forward, and there it is. Yeah! Whoo! Oh. 3 points. That was the ugliest and sexiest game ever. We were crap. For 60 minutes. And Elliot Lee, somebody's got to grab it by the throat, and Elliot said, "That will be me." And instead of just pumping the ball around, he ran forward, nicked it, and said, "I'm going to dance 2 guys, keep the ball, advance it forward." And it was as a consequence of that, we ended up, I'm updating the shots. Sorry, I've been sleeping on it because I was so excited. we're going to jump over to the after what is it called? The after 90 minutes in a second here, as I've got to shut this one down. I do want to go through the stats just really quickly while everybody's here. 56% possession where it ended up being, which when consider it was at 63, is a hell of a lot of stuff. Chris, it's beautiful. I don't care. And Chris, thank you so much for the donations and for the new memberships and for the gifting and for all the stuff that has happened. Chris, it's super welcome and I appreciate you. Thanks so much. 10 to get to subscribers. Going through the stats just really quick. 1.24, we ended up getting on the expected goals. We had 2 shots on target and we got 2 goals, 2 big chances. We scored on both. And so, and yes, Brendan, I agree. Chris is absolutely awesome. Luke's father, you're welcome for the stream. I appreciate being here and doing this and having fun. And we're going to go to the after 90 minutes, right? We're going to go to the after 90 minutes. Dance Nation, join again, even when you have the stream. Come and follow the chat. Some people mute me. I don't know why they'd want to mute me, but they mute me. Go ahead and do that. You can come back in and listen in the half. Yashin from Iran. I appreciate you being here. For everybody that's been here, all of the members. This has been a great day at the end. I don't want this. Now I've got what do I got? It's 9 o'clock and I've got an hour before I have to leave. So I do want to race over to the after 90 minutes. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll talk about the table there. I'm going to grab the links just before I end up departing for what we need to be able to get over there. Let's get into it. The link to join us, I will update and put over later on. And so, I got to copy this and I'm going to put this into the chat. I'm so scrambled. I'm so excited. I've had such a good day now that everything's all turned over, but here it is. Whew. Join this. Let's get over to the after 90 minutes. I'm going to be about 3 minutes or so, 5 minutes or so to get up all of the graphics and set everything up. So that will take some time, but by all means, get your butt over there. We're going to chat about this one, see what they thought about it. The local pundit thought about that with Racecourse Ramble and Baz join us. Yeah, absolute brilliant madness. Thanks for being here for this one. We will be here on Tuesday for the next one, and we're going to be here Saturday with a early morning and an afternoon follow-up one. And so it's going to be bonkers. So, is that the wrong link? Wrong link. Sorry, wrong link. Of course I got to stuff it up. Colchester, Wrexham. Wrong link, right link. And I'm sorry for that. Hey, Sharky, thanks for making me wear it. Apparently that worked out. Now I'm just going to hate you because I've got to wear it if things go bad. All right. Signing off for this one. We will see you guys. Follow along. Hit the subscribe button. I only need 10 more to get to 1,500 before you leave. That would be awesome. Yeah, it was a good day. Take care, everybody.